Hey guys, this is Forrest KI7QCF. If you've been to my channel before, you know I like to do CW and POTA, and I'm new to CW and POTA, so I'm regularly learning new things, and some things I wish I would have learned much sooner, and that's going to be the topic from today. I had a friend reach out, WI5D, and one recommendation he gave me was to try out a new logging software app, or I guess I'm not sure how new it is, but it's called Ham2K Polo. So this is going to be a video about that software. When I say software, I really mean mobile application. I'm not totally sure of all supported platforms, but it does work for iPhone or iOS. And man, it has been a game changer for me. I am like obsessed with this app. So I really wanted to do a brief video. But up until this point, if you watch any of my activation videos, you'll notice that I just use a paper log a la Thomas K. Forrest WL. There is a nostalgia to it. A very small part of me is going to miss it, but not really. Frankly, I would end my activations early just to budget some time in the evenings to enter in my logs, and I'm not kidding, there have been times I've spent an hour and a half, one by one, entering my log manually into N3FJP. Now I know there's softwares in the field, and that's really something I should have been aware of, but up until now I've just been doing it with pen and pencil, and paper and pencil I should say, and holy cow, I was missing a pretty big opportunity to optimize, to save some time, and plus a number of other benefits. So we're going to transition the video now to the software. It's not going to be a tutorial or a demo on how to use it, but I'm just going to share my experience and why it's been, again, a game changer. So Steve, WI5D, thanks for telling me about this app. And I do want to say, I had seen the name previously. This is really funny. I believe you can be spotted with it on the POTA site. And when I had seen like the spots on activators that said Ham2K Polo, I thought that was an antenna. I thought they were like, hey, I'm out in the field with my Ham2K Polo. Like it was some vertical antenna or something. So it's not. It's a logging software, and it's pretty sweet. So we're going to dive into it. Alright guys, welcome to the Ham2K Polo app. Again, this isn't going to be a full tutorial or demo. There's a number of other resources if you're looking to go through something like that, but I am going to give a high-level overview of how I use it and specifically why I love this app. I did want to quickly preface that I think human nature is we're resistant to change, and it's hard for us to all of a sudden flip a behavior on its head and do something new, especially with systems or softwares. Like imagine going from iPhone to Android or vice versa. I think that can be really challenging. And if you've been logging a certain way in the field, I can understand why it may be really hard for you to say, oh, I'm going to change that, especially if it's working for you. Now, for me, this was a bit of a no-brainer because I've literally been doing it manually and now I'm automating it with software. But I do want to just quickly highlight that if you're open to trying something new, this software really is remarkable. This application, it's just awesome. So I'm going to quickly highlight why I love it. But really fast, when you do open it for the first time, you'll notice this gear icon in the top right. I'm going to select that and just make sure to enter your operator call sign. It may prompt you to do that when you initially download it. I don't remember, but make sure it's in there. And then also I've linked my QRZ page. Backing out of this, I want to show you here the bottom right is the new operation tab. So when I get out into the field, I'm going to click this and you'll notice it has my station info. Where I'm going to go next though is that activities field. I'm going to add activity and then select parks on the air. I love the GPS functionality built in, the fact that it'll actually locate whatever park I'm at. So if I'm at the park, it'll say 0 miles away and I can add it. So in this case, we'll add US 10066 and it says activating one park here. Like I did mention in the video, there is a self-spotting functionality within this, or you can still spot yourself just via the POTA site. But now that this activity is logged, this operation is live, and I can go ahead and enter my band, frequency, and mode, and start calling CQ. And as those call signs come in, I'm actually just going to track them here and enter this. But I'm going to back out of this because this is just kind of a dummy activation. So let me actually delete this. I'm going to pull up my activation last night to try to give you guys kind of a better idea. But this was the US 10066 activation for me last night. I did get 51 QSOs. which was a lot of fun on a number of different bands. I worked 20 meters, 30 meters, and 40 meters. But really fast, if you look at that clock that's ticking, that is just a live view of the UTC time. And that in and of itself, it sounds funny, and I know some guys have a mental clock of the differential between their current time zone versus UTC, but I always Google that. And sometimes I have to go home and cross-reference like what time it was UTC when I made that QSO. So I love that it has the built-in clock. And as I get a call sign come into me, so let's say WI5D comes to me, I love that it shows the name. I love that it shows the QTH. It's instant verification of the person contacting me. And when they give me their QTH and it matches and it's Missouri, I know, okay, yep, I've got that right. On top of hearing it and obviously copying correctly, but sometimes when it's in question, I like to see that, okay, this is the person that's contacting me. And of course, some people are outside of their QTH and that's normal, but it's just little small things like that that again add value to my operation. And you'll notice that next to Steve's name, it says new band. That's because Steve actually contacted me already at this activation, but now I'm on 40 meters. If I were to transition this to 20 meters, well, now Steve's a dupe. So he's actually already come to me on this band. And Steve, if you ever do that, I forgive you. It's okay. As far as just really fast, like if I scroll through this, you see these names. Something I've started doing because of this app is when I do see their name, a lot of times I'll send it. As a hunter, I love that. I love when somebody sends me my name. I think it's a lot of fun. And that's not something I was able to do with paper, obviously, before. I didn't know what their name was when they came to me, unless they're maybe someone that works me frequently or I'm good friends with them, like Brent, KJ7RPL. But man, I just love that. And then to see the log here as it stacks up, it's just a ton of fun. It'll also show you how long you've been activating and your time from your last QSO. It's just really good functionality. It's really good visibility into my operation. I have had park to parks as well, and I just add their park number here. Again, there's a number of other pieces here that I'm not going to cover everything, but for me, copying the call sign live, seeing their name, seeing if they've come to me before. It'll also show things like if they've hunted me in the last week, which is just really cool. Okay, now the thing that I really geek out about. Oh man, if you've been to my QRZ page, you know I love maps. And something I do with POTA specifically is I have a large scale map on my wall that I track parks that I've hunted, unique parks that I've hunted with pins, and I color code the pins by band. And so for me as an activator now to have a map, I've never had anything like this before. And I know there's softwares out there and you can like import your logs and it'll show you different things, but having a real-time map with my QSOs, I literally just I shuffle over to this tab during my operation over and over again because I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Oh yeah, look, Michigan. Oh, I just got Nova Scotia. And it's really fun too for band conditions. Like last night when I was working 20 meters, every single one of my QSOs was east of me. It wasn't until I got off of 20 meters and I went over to 40 and 30 that I started to get some west of me, north and south. And I ended up going back to 20 meters and I think I got a couple people west, but that type of propagation information, that visual is just a lot of fun. And if I come in and I select, like, let's say I go to a state, it'll actually show me, multiple call signs that have contacted me from that QTH. This is Georgia, for example. I don't remember if I had multiple there, but I definitely did. I think a few other states. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, my Uncle John, K7CO, came to me. I'm not sure what the yellow color means. Maybe some of you guys could tell me. But yeah, I had, I'm trying to find an example of just shuffling through a few different call signs that contacted me, but I'm not able to do that, but that's okay. Maybe I'll get one here in Illinois. KD9 van. Yep, 9GZ, there you see. So it'll actually kind of shuffle through and show you the multiple call signs that contacted you from those states. But man, the map is so cool, guys. I can't wait till I get a DX contact and I can see that on this map. I've had multiple DXs, but not since I started using this app. I only began using it a couple days ago. So that's really the overview. What a great little application. If it's something you're open to trying, I really recommend it. And the biggest takeaway is how much time it's given me back. because when I do get done with my operation, I literally just export log file here under operation data, email it to myself, and then I upload it via POTA. So far, the POTA site on my app or on my phone, it doesn't let me do mobile uploads, but that's not a big deal. It adds a couple seconds to just do it via email and then do it at home to my computer. Way better than doing it one by one like I used to. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Let me know if there's anything you would like to add as far as things I left out. There's probably a lot of helpful tips I would benefit from, but shout out to my friend WI5D who recommended I use this application. And again, it's really changed the game, and I'm so excited to continue to use it. 73.